Humidity is killer, really.
That brings us on to the next topic. Japan has 4 seasons.
Yeah.
What about any bad points about living in Japan? Things you don't like?
There is, I hate to say, but there is a lot of like racism towards foreigners.
It's kind of racism that they're not aware they're being racist.
Yeah.
However you say that.
Maybe just like being different.
Yeah.
Like
For me, like
maybe countryside.
getting an
life.
apartment, getting a flat, like
Oh.
that is, I experienced a lot of like problems trying to get somewhere as a foreigner. I don't know if other people have the same problem.
No, I think everyone does.
Yeah.
It is a homogenous country, right? And you know what the Japanese always say when you bring up this topic, it's like, well, we're an island. Yes, you're an island, but you're literally an hour and 20 minutes away from the mainland of Asia. You know, as opposed to New Zealand, the nearest country is Australia, which is a 3.5-hour flight away. Like, yes, you're an island, and it is 2022. I think it's time to kind of move forward, but it still exists, especially in the older generation. I think the younger generation is starting to
younger generation are
be more
becoming more
open.
open-minded.
And like passive-aggressive discrimination, right? They'll never say it to your face. They'll break it to you nicely, in a polite way, right?
Yeah, this is the culture of like tatemae, right?
This is Japan. That's how it is.
Like the fake politeness or the fake compliment.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those.
One of the things I really hate about living in Japan is the paperwork and bureaucracy. Like just trying to do something like going to the bank or you know having to renew your visa or going to the ward office or even going to the post office or going to get your license. Like it just takes so long. You've got to get so much paperwork. And there's a lot of things you just can't do because you know they just can't.
Don't get me started on the incans too.
Yeah, you got to have an income, right?
If you don't have an incan, you're screwed basically. Like some things they do let you sign, but if you want to open a bank account or anything like that, you have to have an incan or get an apartment, and you have to stamp like 100 pieces of paper with this incan. It's like.
Now, when I first moved here, it took me an hour and a half to open a bank account. An hour and a half. Because they were just fluffing around. They took so long, and they weren't even that keen on me opening a bank account there. They were kind of against it, to be honest. It wasn't until my partner at the time actually got angry at them, who's Japanese. She got angry at the staff and was like, what the hell's going on? And then they kind of hurried up. But an hour and a half they made me wait.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's like they didn't want you to have one at all.
No, they didn't.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Well,
No, they didn't say it directly, but it was.
Let's make it
let's
really
stretch
difficult so
it.
it gives up.
Let's make it long enough for them to say,
And honestly, that bank is useless. I won't say what bank, but like I can't even do bank transfers or international transfers. It's kind of annoying.
Yeah.
Right? Like my dad wanted to send me money. He's like, oh, I'll transfer it to your bank, which is really easy back home. You just go on your online banking, pick a bank account, doesn't matter if it's international or international, and bang, within seconds it's there. But here it's like, no, you got to fill out this paperwork, and then like, oh, we can't do it because we're worried about money laundering and all this. It's like, oh, jeez.
Come on, get with the times.
But
so that's.
oh, and sorry, another bad point about banks is when you get your key card or your ATM card, you can't use it outside of Japan.
Really?
No,
I didn't
it's
know
not
that.
international.
I've never actually really tried to use it outside of Japan, so.
Actually, sometimes you can't even use it outside of Koga if you have the local bank. Unless you go to 7-Eleven. But other ATMs don't let you.
Yeah, 7-Eleven lets you.
Makes it kind of inconvenient.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
But it is a cash country though.
Yeah.
Yes. One thing.
Yeah, there are a few bad things. This is totally unrelated to what we've been talking about, but the bugs here are the worst. You probably see me itching and like slapping bugs off. The bugs here are humongous as well, can I just point out. You can see where they got the idea from. Pokemon.
Yeah.
You know, like some of the beetles, like it's freaking big.
Yeah.
And don't get me started on the Susumibachi, like the Asian giant hornet. Like that thing's like
they're
a tank.
dangerous too.
Oh man.
Like I'm terrified of those.
Well,
I'm
What
not
some
gonna lie.
people might not realize is that during the summer here in Japan, it is really hot and really humid, and with humidity becomes a lot of bugs.
Yeah. The heat here.
Tons.
Summer here is the worst. I'm
Yep.
sorry.
And it's getting worse too.
Yeah, I do love Japan, but I don't like the summer in Japan at all.
Very hot.
Yeah, not
Very
good with
hot.
heat.
Weird
Yeah,
changes all the time.
yeah. The humidity is killer, really.
That brings us on to the next topic. Japan has 4 seasons.
Yeah,
That's what they like to say. Actually, technically, they have about 5 or 6 seasons.
yeah. Rainy season and typhoon
Yeah.
season is thrown in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the seasons here, yeah, 4 seasons, but they're pretty short in Fukuoka, to be honest. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, it amazes me that they don't realize other countries have 4 seasons though. Like,
yeah.
like you know, of course in England we have 4 seasons.
In New Zealand too.
Yeah, and America as well, right? Pretty much.
It's just different.
Well, I do like the seasons here. Like they really like play it up, play the season
Yeah.
up. You know, during different seasons you have certain foods that you
I
eat.
do like that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and they have certain festivals in certain seasons. I mean, what's your favorite season, Spy?
What's the name of that one with the guy running down the street with the big old thing called?
Yamakasa?
Ah, Yamakasa.
No, that's in the summer.
That's in the summer?
So you like summer?
Oh, of course. I'm a summer guy.
Oh, not me,
man,
not me.
too
I
hot.
just like summer. The humidity, no, not too much, but just I'm from where it's dry heat, so
The humidity is a killer,
yeah,
right?
and the humidity is like
I mean, I'm from
you
England,
definitely
so
lose a lot of weight.
yeah. Autumn for me. Autumn.
Yeah.
100% autumn. I'm an autumn person.
I have to agree. I like autumn and winter. They're equal. I like winter because I love to go up into the snowy
Yeah.
mountains and
Are
snow. Well, it's
you?
so beautiful up in the snow country. But in general, if I'm still in Fukuoka, autumn or anywhere in Japan, like the colours in the mountains and the
They're
leaves and
so pretty.
it's
right?
so beautiful.
Yeah.
You go to
That
the
is one
Autumn
thing I do
colours.
like.
yeah, you go to the temples or you go to the
All these
yokas
different
with all the
colours.
autumn colours. It's
Yeah.
just beautiful, and they really, like I said, play it up.
They
and
play it.
Yeah.
it's just
The
it
foods
just
and stuff.
yeah,
autumn
and it
themed.
just integrates with the architecture of Japan or the funki, as they say in Japan, like the atmosphere.
Yeah, also
Yeah.
it finally starts to cool down. That's a miracle
Yeah,
in
the
itself.
weather in autumn's pleasant. It's not too
Yeah.
cold, but it's cool
It's
enough.
just nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's pleasant.
They do need more Halloween stuff though, I'm going to throw that out there. I mean, I know Halloween is new to Japan. In like the last, I don't know, maybe like the last 6 or 7 years, they've started to celebrate Halloween in Japan. Maybe in Tokyo it was sooner, I'm not sure. But here, you know, it wasn't really a thing. So
Well, in
recently
the-
it's getting more.
In the party areas, well, where all the bars are, like Halloween's pretty big. Like Shibuya Halloween
yeah,
party
yeah.
is like is famous.
I've never
like,
seen
it's
that,
huge.
but I've seen pictures online. But
But it's all just to go out and get drunk, right?
yeah, just wish they had more Halloween decor. Damn it! I want to buy. I want to buy Halloween stuff.
Festivals.
Yeah, they need more
parties.
Halloween events for sure.
Of course, I think probably one of the most popular seasons in Japan would have to be spring because of the cherry blossoms, which is
yeah.
also beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Very
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah,
love that.
and actually it's quite pleasant weather as well usually in
Yeah.
spring.
Yeah,
But allergy season
yeah. There's a lot of dust in the air in spring.
and bugs, so the bugs start coming out.
bugs.
It is nice to go do a hanami, like sit in the park and have a picnic under the
that's
sakura trees. Like it's
Yeah,
very
that is
popular in
nice.
Japanese.
A lot of people just get drunk, you know.
Yeah, I mean, if you can find a quieter spot to do it, it's very pleasant. If you go to the busy spots, it can be a bit noisy and overwhelming.
There's plenty of parks.
Yeah, I mean,
Plenty
you
of
just go
little
out in the
places
countryside, you'll
like
find
this
some
place.
sakura to sit
Yeah,
under.
yeah. Yeah, that's it. So yeah, spring is probably I don't know, I like winter as well actually.
Yeah, I love winter,
But-
but not in Fukuoka. Winter in
Yeah,
Fukuoka is
you
not
don't
that
get much
nice.
You want to
snow,
go
it's
to the
kind of
mountains
boring.
in winter.
If you go up to the Japanese Alps, like winter up there is just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah,
So
I need
it's
to see
It's a
that.
whole way of life up there.
Yeah.
It's like a different world.
Like here, if there's like a tiny bit of snow, like people freak out.
Yeah.
Like the trains are stopping, like the buses are cancelled. It's like this much snow, like a centimetre. Like if you tried to cancel the transport in England, for that much snow, people would just laugh, you know, like.
I mean, people also don't realize that Japan's one of the snowiest countries in the world.
Yeah,
but only in
Hokkaido, right?
not Hokkaido.
Is it not? Where is it?
Not just Hokkaido, but
Somewhere else as
it's
well.
like a lot of areas. Basically, they call the snow country, which is essentially from Shimane Prefecture all the way up to Hokkaido. The whole west coast, essentially. So,
Yeah, wish we had more here though.
Oh,
Especially
yeah.
at Christmas. Can't be
That
a
would be
white
great.
Christmas, you know.
That's what I
Snowy
want.
Christmas.
More snow.
so let's
Yeah.
move on to another
Yes,
topic.
Next topic.
Okay, working in Japan, like the work-life balance in Japan. What's your thoughts? Go, Spike.
My work like I mostly do the driving, so that would be I'll be on the roadway or the freeway, highways.
So you're a driver,
Yeah, driving.
personal driver.
Personal
Is that your job?
Sort of, yeah.
I mean,
What?
it doesn't have to be related to. What do you think about in general the work-life balance, about what you see?
I might work way different than you guys, so I don't get to see that part.
I can go if you want. Yeah. I think people work way too hard here. It's a culture of overworking.
Okay.
I
I can see.
People just work and work, and they barely have any time to see their families, and you know, they feel like they have to put in the extra hours.
It's like work to death. Like,
They work themselves. I mean, you know, in
that's
Tokyo,
one thing that I don't like.
especially Tokyo, like a lot of people like commit suicide because they can't
Yeah.
take it.
Here, really, it is the live to work here. It
Yeah.
really is. Like if you join a company, you become a part of that company, and a lot of Japanese stay with that company until they retire. And
It's not just working; they have to drink with their boss after
yeah,
work as well.
there's
and
certain rules you
just-
have to abide by.
Yeah,
And it's very hard to leave a company and join another company because they also worry about age. You know, companies like hire the kids straight out of university and then they stay at the company. If you leave a company, say at 30, and try and join another company, it's very hard because they'd rather hire someone who's 22.
yeah. I think for foreigners, it's much easier to get work in Japan. If
Yes,
I'm
but you're
speaking-
limited to what you can
if
do.
you teach English, it's a lot easier to find
Okay.
work. You can find work anywhere if you teach English.
If you want to live, if you're happy to live in Tokyo, there's more opportunities as a foreigner because there's a lot more international companies up there and stuff going on. But yeah, if you want to live in a smaller city here, like here in Fukuoka, you're very, very limited to what you can do. And it also depends on your Japanese level. The higher your Japanese level, the more opportunities you have.
Yeah, I think if you get like N2 and over, then you are allowed to work in Japanese companies.
Yeah.
But below that, I don't think you're allowed to. You
No.
have to have like substantial Japanese abilities to.
Yes, and the thing is, you need that paperwork that says you're N2. You
That's
can't
it,
just
yeah.
have the level and not have it because companies here love that paperwork.
Oh yeah, you probably have to stamp it 100 times with your income as well. Yeah.
With all this technology, you still
I know, it's so old fashioned, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
strange.
Yeah,
all
it's,
this.
Maybe it will change in the future. Probably, I think it will.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just too old
It
fashioned.
just moves slowly in that change.
It's just strange because like people see Japan, or a lot of people see Japan as like the amazing technology kind of place, you know, and then we're still got like fax machines and like stamping shit with ink cans, like what?
yeah, like some things in Japan are very technologically advanced, but then a lot of things are not. But yeah, the worldwide image of Japan is that it's almost like a cyberpunk country. Everything's so technically
Yeah.
advanced.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of stuff that's really behind.
Really behind. Like yeah, you see like all the robot stuff and you're like, wow, that's awesome. And then another company has like a fax machine from the 1980s that they're
I
still
think
using.
every company uses fax machines.
Yeah, pretty
still.
much. Why? Why do they still
I
use
think
fax
I think
machines?
it might be because of the work world. They really keep that.
Well, they like
Maybe so.
paperwork here, right? Everything's paperwork.
Paper.
It's all about paperwork.
Paperwork.
They
Stamping.
still haven't moved on to digital stuff, you know?
Yeah,
You can't email in the company, you have to send faxes.
that's it.
I don't know, like,
Yeah.
I'm guessing. I've never worked in a Japanese company before.
So yeah, everything does involve just paperwork everywhere.
Okay.